Hello everyone, my name is Pixlriffs. Welcome back to my single player world, and today we're taking on an ocean monument right down there. It's very exciting and very nerve-wracking at the same time. What I've got here is potions of... I don't have any potions of strength. Maybe I won't need those. Got potions of night vision and water breathing. I've got 3 of those, each will last for 8 minutes. I think that should be enough to take on the 3 Elder Guardians, and then I can get out of there, and then the mining fatigue will wear off, and then I can do what I want to do with this ocean monument, but hopefully there will be some sponge in there as well. There is another one a little bit further away, which I could get to if this one's a bust, but I don't think it will be. I think it's got what I need. I want prismarine primarily, but I want to be able to make it safe in there to harvest prismarine. Speaking of safety, I have a little bit of a backup supply here. This is some stuff I've got just from fishing in this area as well, but I've got my usual sword in there. I've actually broken out the sharpness 4 and looting 3 just so I can get a little bit of extra stuff in there, and this one has unbreaking as well. But yeah, I have a sword here, I have some armor on this stand here, just in case I need to run back in there and get my stuff, but this armor is not enchanted, so that's very much going to be a last resort mad dash kind of situation. But without further ado, we're going to take this thing on, and we're already getting shot at by guardians, which bodes well, I think, for the next few minutes. So, night vision and water breathing. We're going in, and we're going to have to get around the other side because the entrance is over here. So, obviously haven't planned this out super well to start with, but I reckon we can keep our distance from the guardians, at least for now. Oh gosh, they're everywhere. Okay, let's make our way down here. I really wish there was a way you could sink faster, but doesn't seem like there is, really. Let's bat a couple of these guys out of the way. There's our mining fatigue. Hello. Okay, so we have a few minutes to explore this. Thankfully, I have explored one of these on the decidedly vanilla server with Jefferson, so I'm fairly confident I know my way around. He said that the layout kind of changes every time, but I'm fairly confident that I at least know what I'm looking for in terms of the rooms the Elder Guardians will be. So looks like we don't have one in here, but there will be some around here for sure. So as long as I can keep my concentration in this episode, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some decisions I've been making with this world. And yes, there is sponge. Fantastic. Okay, well, I won't be able to gather any of that now, so probably better save that until I can come back. Okay, and this is looking pretty explored already, so we know the sponge. Right, we'll come back to there. This is going to be the main room. So somewhere off here we should have somewhere I can get up and find an Elder Guardian, which was here in the last monument I'd done, but I think it is going to be in a different place. Interesting. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the snapshot, and there's one. Fantastic. And whether or not I should upgrade to the snapshot in this world. Oh gosh, he is taking me to the cleaners. It's those thorns. Right, one down, and let's... I should have brought some regen potions or something as well. Let's at least heal up now. Yeah, so I want to know if I should update to the snapshot in this world, because I've taken a look at the snapshot. I love a lot of the features. I love the blocks. I really want to explore some of the PvP features a little bit better. I mean, obviously it's not going to be PvP, it's going to be player versus environment, PvE, in this world, but I do want to try out just some of the arrows, like some of the dual wielding features. Everyone calls it dual wielding. I don't really feel like it's proper dual wielding because you can't... There's his tail, so he is round here. I don't know if you can really call it proper dual wielding because it's not like 2 swords, but when shields come out, I definitely want to try out some shields. That's 2 Elder Guardians down, 1 to go. And I'm going to hide behind here and regain some of my health. And I want to try out some of the new arrows and so forth. So there are definitely features that I haven't explored in my creative world. Right, I need to hole up somewhere and get my health back. It's difficult to hole up in these places because then you can't mine blocks after you've placed them. So definitely just going to hang out in this corner and hope none of the other guardians spot me. I've got plenty of food. Don't worry, I didn't used to eat the last of my food. I have some steak and potatoes, a bit of steak and chips. So I haven't fought the Ender Dragon in this world yet, and I haven't fought the Ender Dragon on PC at all before. So I kind of wanted the experience of that before I upgraded, but from the looks of things, it's not going to be all that different. They've made the fight pretty much like the console edition of the game, which is the fight I know. It's the one I've done before, because I used to play on Xbox, and so I'm pretty confident I could take on the dragon as it is now anyway, but it's just whether or not I want to. I'm back at the main entrance. Okay, let's head out this way. Did I go this way before? I honestly can't remember now. But I think I could take the dragon in, regardless of which version it is. I just don't know if I want to do it like the old-fashioned way before the update happens. It's going to be an interesting decision, but I want to get your guys' input on that, because I would love to start building with the new blocks here, but obviously there is a possibility of the snapshot corrupting my world. Obviously I would make backups and so forth, but I don't want to run that risk necessarily. So, okay, mining fatigue refreshing. That means it's been nearly 8 minutes. Oh no, it's been... Is it 6 minutes you get mining fatigue for? I think it must be something like that. So there is one last Elder Guardian around here, and this is the place I've explored before, so... This is all very maze-like right now. Finding the last guy is always going to be a bit of an issue. I think he's going to be up towards the top somewhere. I'm fairly certain there's going to be a top section. Maybe up here. Can I get through up here? Or is this a place I've already been? Okay. Maybe not. Although, does this lead down to something? Or is this is just an empty room? But yeah, I want to start experimenting with some stuff in survival. Want to get on board with that. Want to make sure I can produce regular videos that include snapshot content, but I don't necessarily want to do those showcase videos that a lot of people do, because for a start, everyone else will have their go-to person for that, so I don't really want to try and compete with the dozens of other people who are already making snapshot videos, but I still want to play around with the content. I still want to do some stuff with it on camera, so just want to know what you guys think. Do you think it's a worthwhile thing to do? If you've got experience with snapshots before, then did it make a difference to your experience? Did you find your world got corrupted often? Because this is the first time I've really had any chance to get to grips with the snapshot, and now I have Prismarine nearly at my disposal, give or take, finding this last Elder. It's going to be fun to get to grips with building with Prismarine and Purple blocks, because I think those two go really well together. And I've been doing a bit of creative stuff that I definitely want to bring into my survival world if I can. And we won't be able to do it on Decidedly Vanilla for a while, because we are not running the snapshots just out of, general regard for the world not being corrupted. That's generally the plan. I hear him. He's up here. Can hear that low growl. That means the Elder Guardian is close. These guys are just being little punks and hiding out. So if he's not in here, then does that mean I can go down one and around here? Is that likely? I don't know. I just wish I could mine through the walls and get him right now. That's a little frustrating. So did we come up this way? I can hear him. But he's not in here, because we've been here before. So it's definitely kind of up towards the top. How are we doing? Okay, night vision, water breathing need to recharge pretty soon. You can get away for a start. Better eat as well. Just keep the health up. I'm not that worried about conserving saturation right now, so don't need to worry about the steak thing too much. How are we doing? 20 seconds more. This is the sponge. No offshoots of this room. Sponge rooms tend to be kind of a dead end most of the time anyway. So he's up here. He's definitely up here. I just can't reach him from this room. Okay, let's take the night vision now. Let's take the water breathing as well. Ah, found him. Yes. Good, good. Now you can die. Yes, 3 elders down. We've done it. Okay, so 3 wet sponges. We've only got a minute and a half of mining fatigue left, more or less. So I'm going to return to the surface and grab some better tools. And then we can come through and silk touch the sea lanterns. We can come through and mine out some of the prismarine. and then I want to start drying out the inside of this monument specifically, because I know there are definitely ways you can do Guardian farms that are huge, high production, loads of stuff. I'm going to grab some squid ink as well, because that's for free. You can get loads of drops per hour or whatever, but I really don't need that for my own purposes. Those are really for big SMP worlds. This is a tiny place. I wouldn't even use all of the prismarine in this monument, because I'm only ever going to use it as an accent block, really. I'm not building massive walls out of it. So I think the most sensible thing to do is, if I want to build a Guardian farm, I want to preserve this temple. First temple I ever took on, and I guess I could probably do similar, I could do different stuff to the other ocean temple that's out there, but this one has the nether portal right next to it, so I want to preserve this. I don't want to dry it out on the outside, but I do want to dry it out on the inside, and then what I can do is build like a smaller Guardian farm, because I've seen designs where there are smaller Guardian farms inside the structure of the temple itself, and all you really need is a place for them to spawn, and a sort of dry kill chamber, so I will get on that. But I am so excited that that went well. I was a little worried at first, because I thought we were going to have problems without having strength or regeneration. I'd only taken it on with Jeff and his full OP kind of beacon approach to things, so in the past I was not entirely sure how this was going to pan out, but I've lost my mining fatigue, I've got my strength back. We've got a few prismarine crystals that I could craft into a sea lantern now. I like that. That's good. That bodes well, I think, because previous trips have been a little bit fruitless in terms of prismarine crystals. But look at that. First sea lantern of this world. There's only going to be more of those. This did not take as long as I expected. I was expecting at least a 30-minute kind of run through there. Okay, so I'll be back when I have got my silk touch tools on me, and we can go through, get some sea lanterns, probably dry out a little bit of this, and I can talk some more about what we're going to do in the snapshot. I've still got a little bit of night vision, and I forgot how crazy the nether looks when you don't have the problems with lighting that you normally do, because the nether is quite a dark place. There's no natural light sources aside from lava, but just check out that crazy orange kind of pinkish colour in the background. I think that's the fog receding as the chunks load in. That's the basic background void colour of the nether, and that is weird looking, because you don't normally see that when it's lit normally, but because I've still got night vision effects, it's wearing off in about 30 seconds, but I've brought more potions with me, so that's fine. Yeah, you don't normally get to see that, and that looks just a little bit eerie. It's really nice being able to see more of the nether now. I have better render distance as well, because the first time I ever came into the nether, and I think I haven't been back on camera much since I got my computer hardware upgraded, but I had a render distance of about 6 chunks the first time I came to the nether, and you just couldn't see the floor, you couldn't see the lava, and that is well documented in my earlier videos as being just, I freak out, like I don't even know what to do, and yeah, it really unsettled me, whereas now I can kind of see where stuff is. I can see that there are nether fortresses way closer than I found them, and I have a little bit better knowledge of my way around now, so that's always an advantage. Right, don't need this armour, thankfully, so, and our regular armour did not take that much of a beating, which I'm quite happy with. So let's dive right in. I've got my Silk Touch pickaxe with me. I figure I can take some of the sea lanterns out of the walls. I don't really have anything to replace them with right now, so it might get a little bit dark in there, but if I've got night vision, that's not going to matter too much. I always think it's better to take night vision before you take water breathing when it comes to these places, because then you know when your night vision goes, you're about to start losing air, and it's better to do things that way round, because you don't want to start losing air and then be fumbling for your night vision potions. So you can get away for a start. I'm starting to figure out how to handle guardians a little better, and obviously I'm getting hit by a couple of them, but moving behind solid blocks works for the most part, and just heading at them if they're not going to be backed into a corner is pretty effective. Now I've actually gone and left the sponge elsewhere, but that's okay because I can grab some of this sponge. Now, what's the effective tool for a sponge? Is it a pickaxe? There just isn't one. Spade? I guess it's just going to be anything, so I'll just punch it with my hand. That seems like the most effective thing to do right now, and I can pop up here for air, potentially, if I need to. Ta-da! Not that I really need to, because I've got Aqua Affinity, I've got Respiration, I can harvest all the sponge I want from down here with water breathing. I should bring a furnace up. I should definitely get a furnace going and heat up some of this, because it's going to be super easy to clear out the inside of the monument once I have dry sponge. So I'm 99% sure that I want to move this world over to the snapshot once I've made a backup and start doing stuff with new features. Mostly because I want to test them out for some stuff I'm going to build in survival, particularly in Decidedly Vanilla. I have some really cool details I'm working with for 1.9 in creative, and I don't just want to upload videos of me playing around in my creative world, because that just doesn't seem like it would be hugely entertaining. Like, a lot of it is just me kind of fumbling around with stuff, but if I come up with creative stuff and then build it in survival, I feel like that's better content, I guess. I don't know. It would be interesting to know what you guys think about that, because I have done a couple of live streams now where I've just been sat in creative building stuff, and people have enjoyed those, but on a stream it's different, because on a stream obviously you have the consideration that everyone is just kind of hanging out. It's not so much like, oh, better eat. It's not so much like it has to be structured content the way a video is, and I've been told before that my content should perhaps be less structured when I live stream, because it's more fun just to do things off the cuff kind of thing. So I think what I want to do is move to the 1.9 snapshot for this world, work with some new features that way, and then maybe stream some more creative, maybe do a little bit even in this world in the survival kind of context on stream, and start building with the new blocks, especially the new blocks. Like, obviously I realise I'm going to have to get to the end and so forth, and I haven't found the stronghold in this world yet, but that was coming up on my to-do list. After I'd built a house, I was going to start looking around for the stronghold and then tackle it on camera when I had the opportunity, and I feel like that is now even more of an interesting prospect now the snapshot is out and more interesting stuff is happening in the end. But it's whether or not I want to do that before or after I go to the 1.9 snapshot. Do I want to go and find the dragon, kill the dragon in the current version of Minecraft, the current boss battle that exists, which I'm less familiar with, but I'm fairly certain is not that different. It's just the dragon flying around. The dragon doesn't come down. There aren't cages around the end, the whatever they're called, ender crystals. Are they ender crystals? I think they are. And do I want to do that, or do I want to do it in the snapshot and just go for it, go with what I know the ender dragon fight is like, and then explore the islands, because I really want to start working with purple blocks. I want to start working with chorus fruit. A lot of people seem to dislike chorus fruit. I'm not sure why. I think it's fascinating. It's an organic block that looks like it can be used for building as well. It's got drops. It's really interesting to see them use a block like that for so many diverse things. Like, not since trees, I think, have we had a block that is so diverse in its use. It provides you with food, it provides you with interesting status effects, it provides you with additional blocks, it can be cooked, you can just build with it straight up and it grows in this really interesting way. I really like chorus plants a lot, and that doesn't seem to be a particularly popular opinion. From the people I've seen talk about them, they're like not that convinced by them. I think they look fascinating. And especially in the end, it has this fantastic aquarium feel now. Like, you almost feel like you're swimming when you're there. And it maybe helps that I've only visited it in creative mode, but they look like seaweed. The chorus plants look like some kind of strange alien kelp. And you're just swimming through this landscape. And I really love that. I want to see so much more of the end now. It's gained so much more appeal since they've added these new features in the snapshot, and that's kind of what I want to be present in this series, is a look at stuff like that and a bit more of a feeling of exploration than happens in Decidedly Vanilla, because I have a couple of big projects in Decidedly Vanilla that I'm working on, and so it feels like it makes more sense to do stuff like that over there and have a sense that this is just me having my own adventure in single player. So let me know what you guys think. Let me see what I've got in my inventory. I've got a decent amount of prismarine bricks now, which is great because those are the ones I wanted to use. That and standard prismarine, which you can get a whole bunch of. And oh, I'm getting a little bit of heat now. But what I want to get is the dark prismarine as well, because this has a whole bunch of uses. And I'm going to be tearing the whole interior of this place apart, I know, but that's kind of okay. I'm pretty sure I'm comfortable with that at this point. Let me switch back to Silk Touch and then get behind this block. Don't mind mining a couple of blocks out with Silk Touch that I don't need to. Hi, you just going to hang out? That's fine, as long as you don't shoot me. I'm absolutely fine with that. Oh, you're shooting me now. That means you'll probably have to die. Come here, you. I think it was this one. I can't remember. They all look the same to me. Still no more crystals, though. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I'm going to have more sea lanterns than I know what to do with. I was really excited by the prospect of sea lanterns. When I first saw them, I thought, yeah, those are going to be great. They're going to be fantastic for lighting stuff. They're just going to replace all other light sources for me. I'm not going to want to use glowstone or redstone lamps again. But really, they only have a few applications, I think. I don't see myself using them just because they're light sources. It's interesting. Maybe it's just because I've gained a little bit more of a kind of builder's view of things recently, but I don't tend to think of them as the go-to lighting source. It's very circumstantial. It depends on colour palettes and things like that now, which I don't think I was worried about too much before. But I imagined myself filling entire rooms with lighting by sea lanterns, and I've just not done that yet, despite having stacks and stacks of them. The only thing I really did major sea lantern kind of building is in the nether tunnel that I had on the old Decidedly Vanilla server, the tunnel that led to the Democratic Republic of Mushroom, and I didn't even fill that with sea lanterns in the end. Like, if you download the world, I'm fairly sure the download link is still out there, you will find that I have not finished it. And that's probably because the Guardian farm never got finished, but that's another story. Just realised we can grab 8 blocks of gold from in here, so I'm going to do that while I can. Completely forgot that the gold was a reward. For me, this place is not... The place itself is the reward. The rest of the materials are the reward. The sea lanterns are definitely worthwhile to have. All of the materials and stuff are worthwhile to have. And it's about what we can build with it, not about the gold. Because you can farm gold. That's the other thing about it. You can farm gold. You can kill as many zombie pigmen as you desire, although good luck with that. But prismarine, you can't get it anywhere else. There are no other structures in the game that require prismarine or have prismarine. There's no other way of me getting it in this world other than killing some more fish. So let's tear this place apart. Let's tear this place apart while we can, and the gold is just a bonus. And here we are back at the surface. Is the moon rising or setting? I think it is setting right now, which is great. Always nice to end on a sunrise. And the zombie pigmen have come to check out what's happening at the Guardian farm. It's all over, mate. I've won. I've won. You can go back home again. Anyway, thank you very much for watching Pix Plays Minecraft. I have, of course, been Pixlriffs, and my potion effects are still wearing off. Let me know what you guys think of the snapshot idea. I'm genuinely interested to know if you think it's a worthwhile idea. Obviously, like I said several times, I will make backups. This guy's watching me now. I'll make backups of the world, so I'm not going to lose everything if something goes wrong and the snapshot corrupts things, but do you think it's worth it? Because I think it's worth it. I will do whatever you guys want at this point. I think if you want me to wait until the official release of 1.9 comes out, then I will, and I'll keep doing stuff in creative and kind of uploading content like that, occasional little peeks at the snapshot. But if you think I should go whole hog with this world, if you think I should just go for it, go kill the dragon in 1.9 snapshots, then I will. Okay, enough from me. Thank you very much for watching. My name has been Pixlriffs. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.